I needed a win this week, so I built a 4x4x4 house in The Sims 4. It has 4 levels, and each room is 4x4. My name is Emmy Lizzie, and I like building houses in The Sims 4. This felt like a pretty easy one to go with. I really needed a win this week. My parents love reminding me that I don't have a job, so to feel pseudo-productive, I decided to build something that would look nice but not take too much time, and here we are. So I'm building 4 levels. One of them is in the basement because 4 above ground just felt like a little too much. But we don't have any basement. We have a basement with a pool around it and windows looking to the pool because, of course, that's a great idea. I've never heard of anyone having any issues with water in basements before. Uh, but this is a Sims 4, so nothing really matters, and reality doesn't apply. So I'm going through this, trying to figure out exactly what kind of style I want to do. Typically, I will do more modern with smaller builds. It's really hard to get those like craftsman type quality, those like touches with a really small build. It's easier to do when you can have more than like 70 tiles. Speaking of which, this build is technically a tiny home. It's not like the nicest tiny home. It's 72 out of 100 tiles, so you get some perks like happy buffs last longer and builds are shorter, but honestly, whenever I make tiny homes, I make sure it's like the 32 tile because the skill bonus is insanely fast. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend getting tiny living just for the skill bonus. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so figuring out windows, figuring out the exterior of the build first, and I've made builds like this in the past. Haven't recorded any of it, but I'm pretty familiar with how I like it turning out. I really love these like desert luxe windows, the triangle ones. It looks really nice. Looks like it's giving some support to the upper floor, and that's what I've done in the past. I also this is heavily inspired by James Turner's 4x4 build that he did like years and years ago when we just had, I think it was like Get to Work, maybe Get Together was there, but I don't know what it is about the video, but I will continue to watch that video again and again, even now. Something about just the creativity and the ingenuity, I don't know if that's the right word, but just the vibes of that video makes me so nostalgic for the early days of The Sims 4 that I will rewatch it when I'm bored. Anyway, now I'm adding the roof, and there's only so many different ways I can do this. But this build is heavily inspired by that 4x4 video. This whole like series was just so much fun to watch of the 3x3, 5x5, 2x2 I think he did. And this is kind of a nod to that. I definitely am not restricting myself by only having 4x4 or like 16 tiles, but still having very small rooms stacked above each other. And this is kind of my take on it. When I tend to build, I do the same kind of style. I don't know what you would call it. It's almost like a shabby chic. I really like clutter and pastels, but whenever I'm building something just for myself and I don't have any inspiration, my default style is so consistently the same thing. Whether that's in The Sims 4 or The Sims 3, especially in The Sims 3, it's like a lot easier to get exactly what I want. It's very like Pinterest. I wouldn't say it's like beige aesthetic, but like high end, high class kind of white mom aesthetic, but she also likes pastel colors. That's kind of the vibe. That's also kind of what my current house looks like right now. Um, yeah, a lot of pastels and not high end furniture, just a lot of clutter. I live with a roommate in an apartment, and most of our decor is from her stuff, so it's very like grandma-esque, very vintage, eclectic. In my own room, I have like a glass desk, and fun. This is the actual win that I had this week. I have been meaning to get a new office chair, and I love thrifting, so I rarely will ever just go buy something. But I bought a really cheap, rinky-dinky office chair off of Walmart, and I highly regret doing that. I spent $20 on it, and I wish I had those $20 for anything else. But super uncomfortable. Hated that chair. It is like the most basic Walmart, basic office chair you could probably get. Hated it, never used it, refused to sit in it, and just recently, I was like, I need to go find a new office chair. I went on Facebook Marketplace, trying to find something that I could get secondhand, because I just felt so bad about ruining the planet solely by myself. You can blame me for all of the problems. Anyway, I bought, I went thrifting, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna find an office chair that I like. Also, it's like it's kind of a gamble. It's when it comes to woven or like fabrics that are secondhand, you have to be really careful that there's not like mold or bugs or anything on it. And I usually steer clear of fabrics that are secondhand, except for clothes. Clothes are usually fine. You just wash them, throw them in the dryer, washer dryer, you're good. But like couches, chairs, anything upholstered, a little sketch. Anyway, but I found a barber shop chair, like a chair that you would find in a barber shop, and it was such like nearly new, brand new condition, and it was $20 from from this thrift store, and I love it so much, and it looks so cool in my office. It got metal in the black leather, and I would also say part of my style or like style aesthetic, design aesthetic is things that are other things. So I have like mugs that are actually in the shape of like an elephant. I have a little basket that holds my sunglasses, but it's a duck. It's in the shape of a duck. It's so cute. And now I have an office chair that's actually a barber chair. It's quirky, it's different, it's so much fun. That's what brings me like the most joy in life is things that are other things. It's so much fun. So and I wish there were more items like that in The Sims. There are a few like decor pieces, like the little cat planter that's a cat but it has a plant in it. I have one of those in real life. It's so cute. It's a little hedgehog but has a succulent in it. Oh my goodness. Life is just better when you have things that are other things. So, back to the build. The kitchen, I go back later and adjust the kitchen a little bit, but not too complicated. I realized it was like, it's the entryway. There's a giant door. I could have made the door a little smaller and utilized the space better, but I didn't. I chose not to. I chose to have a really pretty front door instead. But throwing the counters in there and trying to figure out how many packs I want to end up using in this thing, because I can go absolutely hog wild if I wanted to, but I won't. But I kind of did anyway. Uh, but kept the kitchen pretty simple. I wanted some more skill building items in there, so I felt like a mirror would be good. You can build your acting and your charisma skill. I also tried to squeeze in a little table, and I was zipping through this. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna grab all of my favorite items, all of my favorite swatches for flooring and wallpaper, and I just bam, 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 got through this build so much faster than I would have in The Sims 3. If I had to build this in The Sims 3, first off, it wouldn't be playable. I don't think The Sims could get around any of the items. But I also would have spent so much time on the color wheel trying to determine the perfect like beige or the perfect mint or teal or the perfect like pattern swatch to use. I am such a sucker when it comes to Sims 3. I love that game. It's my favorite one out of the franchise. Oh, and this is the fun part. I went and play tested everything because it was a little cramped and I wanted to make sure that she could use everything. I got a bookshelf in there. I got speakers in there. I got the mirror. We can cook things. There's a trash can. We got it fully decked out right now. So we're doing great. I also put a dishwasher in there because I feel like why not? But as I was playtesting everything, she started a fire. Like, so there is a painting on the wall that I think got burnt in the fire because I like later on I realized it's not there anymore, but I couldn't piece it together until I was looking back at this. I realized I totally got burnt in the fire. So yeah, she starts a fire making breadsticks out of everything. Okay, really smart sim. And don't worry, I cleaned it up. I didn't leave it for you. The trash I did leave for you. So if you wanted to download this, you can have my trash. And I already know that there have been some memories made here, and unfortunately, she wouldn't call the fire department, but she did extinguish it herself. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if it's like a routing issue or if my game is bugged at the moment. I don't know, but just letting you know, if you have a fire, your sim might not call the fire department. That could be fun though. That could be a little fun, tidbit and a little extra. No, I'll give that to you for free. So, Now we're on to the bathroom, and again, I'm just like, really zipping through this and choosing my favorite items. Those are all my favorite bathroom items. If I have to make a bathroom in my style, it's gonna look like that. It is so like Pinteresty, like clean girl aesthetic. I feel like maybe that's it with like the mint and the white. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. Not don't worry, the whole house doesn't look like that. It's just like most of the house, just most of it. A little mint 4x4x4 house. You know, what else could you want in life? But I realized that this hallway is pretty much useless because of the placement of all the ladders. But I wanted to put something in there, so we have an easel because obviously you have to make money. This house is like $50,000. Oh my gosh. Yeah, a one bath house for 50K. Pretty reasonable, honestly. In this economy, that's a steal. Put a lot of paintings there. I wanted to make it feel like it was extra work that my sim, whoever lives here, was actually building, not building, but creating. And then I wanted to put my little cow plant. I love that cow plant. I don't know what to call it, vase, like container, something. But that little glass container that holds the cow plant has one of my favorite items in the game, and I tend to put it into every single build I ever make. I don't know why. And there's a version, like the equivalent of it in The Sims 3 in Supernatural. There's just like a little stone statue of a cow plant. I also tend to put that in every single build. I don't know. I don't care if it's like a wedding venue. There's gonna be a cow plant in it. I can't help it. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. Um, and I felt like that shelf was a little kooky looking. It's a little too like modern and like blocky, but I think with all the plants around it, it makes it work. It's not my favorite shelf. I feel like I could have done something better, but whatever. We just needed to fill up that space because it looked weird. And then my favorite wallpaper in the game is from Paranormal. It's this pink one. Not maybe not the pink one. The maroon one is gorgeous. Love that. But that I'm so glad that they put that in the game. I love that wallpaper. I use it way too often. Now we're in the master bedroom, which by like play testing this, everything works. And like I nailed it the first time. There was nothing I had to move around except for like a mirror, which is in this room. Move that around, crushed it. Crushed it with like a small build. Everything works. I'm so proud of myself. This little poof is also technically a side table. So if you're ever wondering where that little poof, I think it's from Tiny Living, is, it's on under surfaces and not under chairs, though we have a very similar looking one that is a chair. I don't remember what pack that one's from, but and I was like, I think we need a TV and a computer, and this is the only room to do it. And so yeah, we did that. I was really trying to make that work, that Tiny Living TV, radio, bookshelf combo work, but like we already have books and a radio downstairs, so it wasn't super crucial. Also, TV isn't that crucial in The Sims. I feel like it totally was in The Sims 3. There's like one of the only ways to get your fun up, apart from the computer. But I always gravitated towards like a really nice plasma TV in my living rooms in The Sims 3. It was a requirement for any house that had money. But now you just need a computer, and you're good. You know. So, got a desk in there, got a little camera in there. I don't know how much photography this person's into, but I felt like I just wanted to have as many skill building objects here as possible. And it's like one of the smallest things. And there's the little cat with oh, the cat with the plant in it. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. Speaking of cats, my roommate is babysitting two cats at the moment. So we have two cats in our apartment, and they are the most adorable things I've ever seen. They're so cute, and they look identical. They're not like from the same litter, but they're both black cats. They're completely black, and they got green eyes, and they're just little puddles, just little black voids with eyes, and they're so cute. Unfortunately, I am super allergic to them. I'm not allergic to other cats. It might just be those breeds because I haven't interacted with those breeds before, but uh, I broke out into hives the other day because they kept sneezing on me. One of them likes sneezing on people on purpose because she thinks it's funny. And cats are my favorite thing ever, but they're also so sassy. Like what a little turd just sneezing on people, and then my skin breaks out in hives. So Unfortunately, I cannot let them around me at the moment, but I really want to because I love cats and I just want to pet them because they're so cute. But I can't do it. Anyway, um, so I feel like this person, whoever the sim is, also loves cats, but can't possibly have a cat in this house because it's just a bunch of ladders, and there's no cat food or anything. But this person loves cats but just can't have one, and which is me. This person is me. Those werewolf paintings, love those. Those are so cute. I have not played anything with the werewolves though. I've had that pack installed for a long time, and I just haven't got around to it. I've played with Journey to Batu more than I played with werewolves. I've also played with Journey to Batu more than I've played with Growing Together, because I also have that one, and I just haven't gotten into it. Yeah, I don't play with infants like ever. My primary gameplay style is to have like a super sim as like a young adult and then keep giving them potions of youth until they they just never die until I get bored of them and they complete pretty much everything, all of the skills and aspirations. They just do it all. They're like, I like completing things. Um, and technically, you don't have to have an infant, toddler, or a baby to complete a lot of the family aspirations. So I'll just adopt like a child. So I have not played with infants at all, but I've gone to Journey Dippa too multiple times. I feel like that's some kind of like crime, honestly. But now we're in the basement, the very cool basement, which is probably like one of my top 5 rooms that I've ever built. It is so cozy and cute, and I love how it turned out. You can just imagine how nice it would be to like. I'm just gonna assume that it's warm down here. It's a basement, but who's to say? I don't know how water around a room affects the temperature of the room, but just imagine chilling on the couch, taking a nap, and the reflection from the water and the sunlight into the room. Oh my gosh, it sounds so pretty. It's just I love it. And like this little wall moment that we have over here with the lights and then the curtains over it, I'm gonna use that all the time. I just thought of that, and that is like the cutest thing I think I've ever come up with. I love it. This room just makes me so happy. I want to live here. And we got a little game. I never put a gaming system in my Sims builds, but it felt necessary. I just felt like it made sense. Like, but what doesn't make sense is how much glare you're gonna get on the TV. So we put curtains in, and you're just gonna have to bear with me and pretend that there is no glare on this TV, even though there totally would be, and it would be terrible, and it would also like reflect the water all the time. Um, but yeah, no, I love this room. This is probably my favorite part of the build, or the master bedroom. I like the master bedroom a lot, but just it looks so cozy. It's so cute. And then we go upstairs, and my video kind of cut off in a little bit. I'm trying to decorate the outside, give it a little bit more personality and some life. I really like that swing set. It's so cute. I think that's from Growing Together. I was considering a telescope, and then I realized, oh wait, yeah, you can easily die, so maybe I should have left it. I don't know. Um, put some planters out there because look, this is a modern build. I don't have to do landscaping if I don't want to, and I don't want to, not because I'm bad at it, but because it just doesn't make sense. It's not about my ability at landscaping at all. No, that has nothing to do with it. But I added this little picnic table from Snowy Escape with the like very cute blankets on the seats. I don't know if that would really work out here, but again, this is a Sims 4. Who's to say? And at this point, I'm trying to figure out what to do with this awkward little space because also this lot is way too big for this house. It should have. I'm in Newcrest at the moment at like a 30 by 30 lot. I could easily put this on like one of the smaller ones, 20 by 15 even. But no, we're just gonna ignore how big the lot is. Just do me a solid, thank you so much. And then I switched up the exterior a little bit. It felt like a little too dark. It didn't have enough contrast, so some of it's white now. I eventually make that swing set white as well to like kind of make it more cohesive, and I figured that your Sims are gonna be falling, or not falling, but trying to swim in this very tiny pool anyway, so I'm just gonna fill it out. And then I had to figure out how to do the little quarter tiles, and I totally cut off my recording, so here we are, going back in. Now I'm just kind of going through the build and making sure I like everything, seeing if there's anything I want to change. I did go back in the kitchen and adjust the swatches on the table and the chairs. I'm putting some lights in the pool now because you gotta have that. There is a ladder, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there is. And at this point, I'm pretty much done. Oh, and then we gotta add the little frog statue because as a homeowner, you're required to have a frog statue in your garden or on your property at some point. I don't make the rules, but that is one of them. So this is about it. I really like how this turned out. I would not play in it because it's 50k, and maybe I would, but super cute. Very proud of myself. I think a win is a win. This is definitely a win. Um, yeah, this is good. This turned out really nicely. And just going through a little last look of the bedrooms. Master, adorable. I want that master bedroom. That's so cute. And then hallway slash bathroom. Super cute. Little bear, but it works. Kitchen, also a little bear, but oh, and then I changed the painting to something else because it burnt in the fire. Oh my goodness. But yeah, and then my favorite room after all of this, my favorite room is this little cozy basement. Adorable. So that's it. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.